You didn't fall out of love, you withdrew trust. Write this down. Love didn't vanish, the account went bankrupt. A marriage does not collapse because the feeling evaporates. It collapses because the currency that makes love feel safe was spent without replacement. Trust is the currency of leadership, and marriage is the first leadership assignment God gave humanity. Two are better than one, and the third chord of God's law makes that union strong. But hear me, what took you 10 years to build can be lost in 10 seconds. Protect the account. Read this one for me. Go. Love feels safe only when the trust account is funded. Safety is not poetry, it is a balance. A marriage is a joint account, two signatures, one balance. Private behavior drains public safety. You can make withdrawals in secret and still smile in public, but the account will tell the truth. Love rejoices with the truth. Truth is the teller machine. Lies swallow the card. Let me show you. Daniel and Janelle had romance like fireworks. Photos, vacations, captions. But Daniel started small, a white lie about a late meeting that was actually a game night, a hidden purchase he justified as a surprise, a DM he called harmless. Each small thing was a withdrawal. He thought the smell of roses would cover the scent of overdraft. Then one night, Janelle looked at him and said, I don't feel safe, not unloved, unsafe. That is bankruptcy. You are disqualified from intimacy when the account is empty. Stop using the term, trust me. That is a thief's sentence when the safe is open. Don't say, trust me, show me deposits, show me receipts, schedules, screens. Jesus said, let your yes be yes and your no, no. That is banking language. Predictability, verifiable balance. Test over time equals trust. Write this down. Private discipline funds public safety. When you honor boundaries in the dark, the account grows in the light. When you flirt with edges in the dark, the account bleeds in the light. Above all else, guard your heart, because your heart is where you store what you value. And where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Put your treasure back in the account. I will give you a path. 5 forgotten deposits you can start today. Micro honesty, kept micro commitments, confession before discovery, visible boundaries, and daily honor. And before we put anything in, we will stop the hidden leaks. You cannot pour water into a bucket with holes. We will show you what to stop doing, then what to start doing, and how to measure the balance without manipulation or pressure. Take a deep breath. This is tough love, no excuses. If you've been leaking, run for cover and shut your mouth. Stop defending withdrawals and start depositing truth. Forgiveness is beautiful, but forgiveness is not the restoration of trust. Trust must be rebuilt like a wall, line upon line, day upon day, under authority and with patience. Starting today, protect the account. Let's define the thing we are protecting. Write this down. Trust is the currency of leadership, and marriage is your first leadership assignment. Trust is not a feeling. Trust is measurement. Test over time equals trust. Not talk, not tears, not trips. Test over time. By their fruits you will know them. Fruit takes seasons. That's the math of marriage. Read this one for me. Go. Treat marriage like a bank you both can bankrupt or enrich daily. This is not poetry, it is policy. In a bank, you make deposits, you make withdrawals, and you have a balance that tells the truth about your safety. In marriage, the deposits are behaviors, truth-telling, kept words, timely communication, visible boundaries. Withdrawals are violations, lies, broken promises, secret spending, private flirtations. The balance is the felt safety in the home. And interest, that's consistency. The steady, predictable sameness that compounds over days and months until peace grows like savings. Write this down. A marriage is a joint account, 2 signatures, 1 balance. That means your secret life is our public balance. There are no private overdrafts without shared paying fees. You think your late night message is personal, the account charges a fee called anxiety. You think your undisclosed debt is my business, the account charges a fee called mistrust. You can make a private withdrawal, but the statement comes to both homes. Nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed. Jesus warned. That's a banking alert from heaven. Now, the operating laws. Law number 1, transparency is the default. Read it. Go. If it must be hidden to survive, it is not holy enough for marriage. Default means automatic. Access to calendars, receipts, screens, passwords, not to police you, but to prove you. He who walks in integrity walks securely. Security is the interest payment of transparency. Law number 2, secrecy is theft. Write it down. Not privacy, secrecy. Privacy is dignity. Secrecy is deception. Secrecy takes what belongs to the covenant and spends it in the dark. Thieves don't announce themselves, they create shadows. Every shadow is a leak. Law number 3, consistency compounds. Go slow and steady, the interest will work for you. Miss a day, repent and resume. Don't swing wildly, deposit small. The same, again and again. He who is faithful in very little is faithful also in much. Little faithfulness multiplies into great safety. Stop using the term, trust me. That is a bankrupt check with no funds to back it. Replace it with audited behaviors. Read this one for me, go. Don't say, trust me, show me receipts, rhythms, and results. Receipts, proof of truth in small things. Rhythms, predictable practices like check-ins and shared budgets. Results to peace that shows up as the balance climbs. Mutual access equals peace. Verifiable patterns equal interest. Here's the math you live by. Small truth times time equals safety. Consistency plus transparency equals interest. Violations subtract, facet and gifts add. Therefore, protect the account. Photograph this sentence in your soul. What you make daily, you must measure daily. Close the leaks, keep the rhythm, and let the interest of consistency make your home rich in safety. Now we build the house rules. Write this down. Whenever you write a law, you have identified a value. If you refuse to write it, you don't value it yet. Read this one for me. Go. Agreed law creates the culture that protects intimacy. A nation has a constitution. A marriage must have a constitution. Write the vision and make it plain, God said. Plain means written, visible, reviewable. Stop using the term, trust me. Write it down, sign it, post it where your feelings can see it when they don't feel like behaving. Law is louder than moods. So what do we legislate? Your non-negotiables. Write these 5 in your constitution. Truth, no lying by words, tone, or omission. Fidelity, exclusive, sexual, emotional, and digital faithfulness. Transparency, default, access to schedules, receipts, screens. Stewardship, wise management of money, time, and bodies. Honor, spoken and shown respect in private and in public. These are not romantic ideas. They are spending limits on the trust account. The law of the Lord is perfect, and your little house law should echo it. If any behavior violates these, you are disqualified from making withdrawals of intimacy that day. You deposit first with repentance, then request access. Now hear the backbone. The foundation of leadership is character, and marriage is leadership. Character is the container. Gifts are the contents. Your romance, your income, your charm, those are gifts. They are only as safe as your character can hold. If the container cracks, the gifts spill and stain the house. Don't polish the perfume bottle and ignore the crack. Fix the character. Protect the account. Your law trains your values. Your values produce your morals. Your morals inform your conscience. Law shouts, don't do that. Conscience whispers, that's not like us. Train it. I will put my laws in their minds and write them on their hearts. God promised. How? By repetition and agreement. Read your Constitution weekly. Memorize the lines that match your leaks. Your word have I hidden in my heart that I might not sin against you. Hide the house law in your heart so you don't sin against us. Then test the container. The triad never changes. Appetites, food, drink, sex, fame, attention, likes, applause, power, control, and money. Apply them to your home. Appetite test, we fast entitlement, we flee flirtation, we keep the marriage bed sacred. Flee youthful lust, not stroll by them. Fame test, we do not trade spousal honor for online attention, no secret follows, no suggestive comments for dopamine. Power test, joint decisions over spending thresholds, no unilateral control with money or schedules. Leadership equals service, not domination. All things are lawful, but not all things are beneficial. Write your beneficials. Ban your permissible poisons. Finally, codify consequence. Law without consequence is a suggestion. Suggestions don't shape conscience. If a law is broken, confession precedes conversation. No defense, no delay, no spin. Your conscience must learn that our culture rewards truth and penalizes secrecy. That's how you turn the shout into a whisper that guards the account while you sleep. Protect the account. Photograph this sentence in your soul. Our Constitution is the fence that keeps our garden safe enough to grow. Now, we audit the ledger. Write this down. You cannot deposit while you are still leaking. Stop the withdrawals first. Some of you are trying to plant roses on a ruptured pipe. The water is beautiful. The soil is drowning. Plug the holes. Identify the quiet leaks. The little white lie about time 5 minutes away while you are still in the lobby. That's a withdrawal. Sarcasm that cuts instead of comforts. Humor used as a knife is theft by laugh. Secret DMs. It's just a joke, just encouragement, just a flame emoji. That is a debit. Private cash tip money, side hustle money, bonus money no one knows about, deleted histories, erased threads, cleared browsers, vanish mode friendships. Withholding your schedule, ghosting a question, answering with fog, I don't remember, it wasn't a big deal, all quietly drain the balance. Be sure your sin will find you out. The statement always arrives. Public versus private. You look holy at dinner. Your messages are haunted by shadows. The show in the restaurant versus the whisper in the inbox. Write this down. If it cannot be read aloud in your home without blushing, it is already a withdrawal. Jesus said, what you whisper in the inner room will be shouted from the rooftops. Why wait for the shout? Bring it to the light now. Light stops leaks. Read this one from me. Go. Forgiveness is not the restoration of trust. After breach, you are disqualified from setting timelines. You are disqualified from demand. You don't get to rush the clock you broke. Stop using the term, trust me. That is a forged check. Replace it with silence, submission, and audited behavior over time. He who conceals his sins does not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes finds mercy. Confess and forsake both, not one. Christ's instructions: run for cover, shut your mouth, stop justifying, don't explain why the knife is in the wound, pull your hands off the handle and call the surgeon. Stop texting paragraphs of defense. Stop assembling allies. Stop weaponizing scripture to speed up recovery. Sit down, humble yourself under the law you signed, and stop the bleeding before you try to deposit. Let your yes be yes. Your first yes is to truth. Your second yes is to consequence. Immediate triage, write this down, and obey tonight. No late night one-on-one chats with admirers, colleagues, old friends, or prayer projects, group or daylight only. Visible boundaries are tourniquets. No solo big purchases. If it requires a signature, it requires 2 signatures, period. No weaponized silence. Silence used as punishment is emotional theft. Speak the truth in love. Schedule hard talks, but do not starve the house of words. No deleting histories. Stop scrubbing. Preserve the record. Audit builds peace. No private cash stashes. All income reports to the joint account. Stewardship is shared. No sarcasm as discipline. Honor is the atmosphere of safety. Contempt is carbon monoxide. Protect the account. This is not cruelty. This is care. These stops are stitches. Once the flow slows, we will begin deposits that rebuild the balance. But today, in Jesus' name, halt the hidden withdrawals, close the shadows, and let light begin its healing work. Deposit one truth-telling in small things. Write this down. Small truths are daily deposits that compound into big safety. Read this one for me. Go. Small truths are daily deposits that compound into big safety. God said you desire truth in the inward parts. That means not just the courtroom, but the kitchen. Not just the scandal, but the schedule. The account grows when the little things tell the truth. Exactness is worship. No rounding, no about, no roughly. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. That's banking language. If you left at 6:38, say 6:38. If the Uber costs $18.43, say $18.43. If the location was Fifth Street Cafe, say Fifth Street Cafe, not a coffee shop. Vague is a leak. Precision is a deposit. He who is faithful in very little is faithful also in much. The little is the training ground of the big. Visible transparency makes truth easy to verify. Receipts shared by default. Calendars sync by default. Screens face up on the table by default. Default means you move the discussion from prove it to it's already visible. Stop using the term trust me, that's a forged check. Replace it with here's the receipt in the shared folder. Our calendar's updated. My phone is open. He who walks in integrity walks securely. Security is the interest payment of visibility. Pre-declare vulnerability. Don't let discovery be your teacher. Name your triggers before they pull you. Tell your spouse, this co-worker flirts. I'm adjusting my boundaries. I will copy you on any late emails. No private lunches. If we travel, I'll room near the team lead. Keep my door propped when teammates are present and text my schedule before and after sessions. That's a deposit. Daniel finally told Janelle, when I'm stressed, I scroll attention. I'm deleting those follows now, and here's the new content filter. If I'm on a trip, I'll FaceTime from the lobby before bed. Peace rose. Why? Pre-declared truth beats post-discovered damage. The prudent see danger and take refuge. Refuge is proactive transparency. Replace I forgot with systems. Write this down. Write it down so you don't write an apology later. Reminders on your phone for check-ins. Shared notes for grocery runs with photograph receipts attached. Routine. Daily huddles. 10 minutes at 7:30 p.m. Spend, schedule, screens, same time, same rhythm, same questions, habits, deposit without drama. Write the vision and make it plain. So when you run through busy days, you still run with it. Consistency is the interest your account pays. This is not control. This is covenant clarity. The goal is to make truth easy and lies impossible. Test over time equals trust, and time is made of tiny ticks. Start tonight. Speak with precision. Share the proof. Name your risk. Set the reminders. Protect the account. God delights in honest weights. Give him delight in your house every day, one small truth at a time. Deposit 2 kept promises on micro commitments. Write this down. Consistency is the interest your trust account pays. Read this one for me. Go. Reliability is romance in slow motion. Your yes is not a sound, it is a schedule. Jesus said, let your yes be yes and your no, no. That is a time statement. That is a task statement. That is covenant bookkeeping. Time integrity first. Be where you say, when you say. If delayed, notify early. Respect erases anxiety fees. Don't make your spouse pay overdraft on your silence. If traffic stalls you, text before the stall steals peace. 5 words running 10 late, I'm sorry, are a deposit. Ecclesiastes warns, better not to vow than to vow and not pay. Better to say I will arrive at 6:15 and then arrive at 6:12 than to gift wrap a 6 and deliver a 6:30 with excuses. Write this down. Tardiness without notice is theft by time. You took safety out of the account and bought nothing with it. Task integrity next. Do the small things. Exactly. Trash night is covenant night. School runs are sacred. Bills paid on the date promised. No drama, no grace period, heroics. Micro keeps build macro credibility. He who is faithful in very little is faithful also in much. Heaven doesn't promote promise breakers, neither should your house. If you said, I'll pick up the dry cleaning, then we don't discuss it twice. If Thursday is lawn day, the lawn testifies without a speech. Proverbs calls the braggart clouds and wind without rain. Don't thunder commitments and drizzle delivery. Bring rain. Now here a rule that will save you months of interest. Renegotiate before you violate. Write it down. Don't break a promise in silence and then compose a sonnet of apology. Ask for a new deadline in advance. I committed to pay this Friday. The check clears Monday morning. Can we adjust together? That's a deposit. Silence is sabotage. Pre-communication is stewardship. Do not say to your neighbor, come back tomorrow when you have it with you. If you don't have it with you, say it before tomorrow. Protect the account. Stop using the term trust me. Replace it with systems that make reliability predictable. Calendar invites accepted, alarms set, confirmation sent. Predictability is romantic because security fuels desire. Some of you think spontaneity is sexy. I'm telling you, safety is sexier. When Janelle watched Daniel set a recurring 9 p.m. trash alarm, program Friday, bill pay, and send a 4:45 p.m. Leaving office now, message unprompted, her shoulders dropped, warmth returned. Why? The account paid interest called peace, and peace makes room for passion. All things should be done decently and in order. Order is an aphrodisiac to the anxious heart. If you miss it, don't negotiate affection, negotiate a plan. You are disqualified from demanding closeness when you just withdrew reliability. Deposit first, clear admission, no excuses, concrete correction, then return to rhythm immediately. Receipts, rhythms, results, test over time equals trust. Write this down and never forget, small kept promises are the steady drips that fill the cistern of safety. Keep them on time, on task, with honest renegotiation when needed, and watch the balance rise. Protect the account. Deposit 3, confession before discovery. Write this down. Confession before discovery is a high value deposit money can't buy. Read this one for me. Go. When you cross a line, you do not wait for an investigation. You become the investigator of your own soul, and you self-report immediately to your spouse and to a trusted authority who fears God. He who conceals his sins does not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes finds mercy. Mercy is not magic. It is invited by truth that volunteers. Here is the protocol. Facts, not perfume. What, when, where, with whom. Exact time, exact place, exact medium text, DM, lunch, hotel, lobby, boardroom. Then shut your mouth. Don't decorate sin with explanations. Don't staple your childhood to your confession. Don't say, I didn't mean it. I was lonely. It wasn't that bad. You are disqualified from justifying wrongdoing. Against you, you only have I sinned, David said, and the prophet did not permit a TED talk. Say it. Stop, submit. Let your yes be yes. Your first yes is to truth. Your second yes is to consequence. Stop using the term trust me. Replace it with timestamps that beat discovery. Bring the screenshot before it is subpoenaed. Produce the receipt before a question is asked. Deliver the thread, the contact name, the call log, the precise minutes on the calendar voluntarily. Nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed. Beat the disclosure. That is a mega deposit because truth given, not extracted, rebuilds credibility faster than proof after denial. Test over time equals trust, but a timely confession accelerates the test because it proves your conscience is awake without external pressure. Submit outcomes. Write this down. You cannot bring yourself back. The authority has to bring you back. Identify a true and reliable authority, a pastor, an elder couple, a seasoned counselor who fears God and is not impressed with you. Sit under them. Let them see the evidence. Allow them to determine consequences, boundaries, and the timeline of access you forfeited. No PR campaign, no rushing, no polling friends to find a lenient referee. Allow the authority to speak for you when you should say nothing. James says, confess your faults one to another and pray for one another that you may be healed. Forgiveness can be instant. Healing is a process managed under authority. Let me bring Daniel and Janelle back into the room. Daniel had a boundary slip, a private coffee that turned into playful text. That night, before the glow of the screen faded, he walked to Janelle with phone in hand. Today, 4:12 p.m., Fifth Street Cafe with Kara. Here are the messages. I was wrong. No excuse. Then he called their mentor couple on speaker and said, I submit to your counsel. Set the boundaries. Set the check-ins. Determine the timeline. Was Janelle hurt? Yes. Did the account still feel the debit? Yes. But the deposit landed heavy because the teller wasn't a subpoena. It was his own conscience. Peace began slowly to return because the house saw a man choose light before light exposed him. Write this down. Confession is not a speech. It is a surrender. Facts, silence, submission, timeline, control by authority, protect the account. If you have a secret, run for cover today. Shut your mouth to excuses. Open your mouth to truth. Bring it to your spouse and to the authority you chose when you were sober. Do it before the sun sets. The account will feel the wound, but the deposit of volunteer truth will start the healing interest tomorrow. Deposit for visible protection of boundaries. Write this down. Boundaries are deposits because they convert intent into observable protection. Read this one for me. Go. Guardrails you can see protect optics and soul. Stop using the term, trust me, show me the fence. Abstain from all appearance of evil, that is optics. Make no provision for the flesh, that is protection. Opposite sex protocol first. Public glass group. Meetings in open spaces or rooms with windows. Doors cracked, blinds up, no secret lunches. No, let's just grab a quick bite off calendar. Group chats, not private threads. Loop a colleague. CC your spouse on after-hours coordination or travel updates. If you must travel, pre-send itinerary to your spouse and your authority. FaceTime in public spaces. No hotel room hangouts. Ride-share receipts shared by default. Never counsel privately behind closed doors. If you lead, always place a third adult within sight or sound. Write this down. Optics are not paranoia. Optics are stewardship. Daniel moved his one-on-ones to the glass conference room. Any late messages to Karen? Now live in a group thread with the team lead. And when a reschedule hit after 8 p.m., he texted, looping Janelle so she knows timing. Did temptation vanish? No, but temptation saw offense. Walk in the light, Jesus said. Light is a deposit. Money protocol next. Surprises for birthdays, not bank accounts. Shared budget, shared dashboard, shared passwords. Dual approval thresholds. If it requires a signature, it requires 2 signatures. Write it down. Above a set amount, both approve before purchase. No private stashes, no tip money kingdoms, no I'll replace it later, loans from the covenant. Every stream flows into the joint river. Salary, bonuses, gig checks, gift cards, converted and logged. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Delight God, balance the scales. Janelle set a weekly 20-minute money huddle Friday at 7 p.m. Same chair, same spreadsheet. Daniel wanted to surprise her with a getaway. He told the mentor couple, set aside a labeled envelope in the joint budget and coded it gift where she could see the category without knowing the details. Surprise preserved, secrecy banished. That's how you romance without robbing. Family protocol now, spouse first. A man shall leave father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Leave means allegiance. Write this down. Public unity. Private processing. No parent becomes your consultant against your spouse. No friend becomes your refuge from covenant. If mom criticizes your spouse, you guard the gate gently, firmly. We don't discuss my spouse without my spouse present. Holidays, Post a rotation on the fridge. Law shouts so guilt cannot whisper. If an in-law crosses a boundary in your home, the son or daughter of that parent speaks first, honors, and closes the door. Daniel learned to answer his mother's 10 p.m. requests with, we'll discuss this tomorrow together. Then debrief with Janelle before replying. Unity outside, wrestling inside. That is culture. Post the rules where you live. Print them. Fridge, office, wall, car visor. Write the vision and make it plain. Plain means temptation sees it too. Calendar notes titled Glass plus Group. Budget caps visible in the app. A little card by your desk that reads, no secret lunches. Law shouts. Conscience whispers. Boundaries you can see turn whispers into habits. Protect the account. Boundaries are deposits, and deposits grow safety. Deposit 5 daily honor language and public loyalty. Write this down. Honor spoken and shown keeps the account warm and growing. Read this one for me. Go. Honor is oxygen. Choke it and love gasps. Some of you are suffocating your spouse with silence and sarcasm while asking for passion. You are disqualified from withdrawals of intimacy where you refuse deposits of honor. Love does not dishonor, the scripture says. That is not poetry. That is policy for the trust account. Here is your daily honor liturgy. 1 strength, 1 gratitude, 1 prayer. Write it down. Read it aloud. Morning or night, but daily. 1 strength. I see your courage leading that meeting. 1 gratitude. Thank you for making our home a place of rest this week. 1 prayer. Father, increase her wisdom today. Surround him with favor. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. You choose which economy funds your house. Stop using the term, trust me. Replace it with, here is today's honor entry in our shared note. I'll read mine to you after dinner. Daniel and Janelle said a 2-minute liturgy at 8:45 p.m. They write it, then they speak it over each other before bed. The room warms. Why? Words are deposits. They accrue interest called safety. No public mockery. Never use your spouse's weakness as a punchline. Not at brunch, not on stage, not in the group chat. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but only what is useful for building up. Building up is banking up. You think it's just a joke? The account charges a fee called shame. Read this and obey. If you trade honor for laughs, you are spending covenant to buy approval from strangers. You are disqualified from inside closeness when you mock outside. Public loyalty means this: defend their reputation in rooms they're not in. Proverbs says her husband is respected at the gates. Why? Because at the gates, he praises her, not exposes her. If someone surfaces your spouse's weakness, you answer, we don't discuss my spouse without my spouse present, and we especially don't dishonor them to entertain you. That sentence is a deposit. Attention is a liturgy too. Greet at the door. Stand up. Smile. Say the name you covenanted to carry. Eye contact in check-ins. No glancing over shoulders to chase ghosts on screens. Establish tech-off windows 30 minutes after returning home. Phones docked. Faces lifted. Touch is a deposit. Distraction is a withdrawal. A hand on the shoulder while they speak says, you matter. A thumb on a screen while they pour out their day says, the feed is my spouse. Jesus turned and looked. When he looked, people felt seen. Look at your covenant. Let your eyes deposit peace. Measure it. Post the rituals like laws because they are door greet, daily, tech off, 6:30 p.m. Post it on the fridge. Honor liturgy, 8:45 p.m. Recurring calendar invite title oxygen. Sunday lunch. Take 60 seconds to praise your spouse for one thing done that week, children present. Ears open. This trains a culture. Husbands, honor your wives as co-heirs, the word commands. And wives, respect your husbands. Honor is not gendered. It is covenant currency, receipts, rhythms, results. Don't say, I honor you. Show me the calendar. Show me the shared note. Show me the stories your friends hear about your spouse. Protect the account. Warm it daily with praise. Guard it publicly with loyalty and watch love breathe again. Stop using the term trust me. Write this down. Ban the phrase, institute measures. Read this one for me. Go. Trust is behavior measured over time, not a promise repeated under pressure. By their fruits you will know them, Jesus said. Fruit is measurable. Promises are not fruit, patterns are. Trust is the currency of covenant, and currency is counted. If you cannot count it, you cannot protect it. Protect the account. Install transparency windows. Do daily windows where visibility is not requested, it is routine. Devices unlocked, face up, histories intact, messages reviewable without drama. Morning 7:15, 7:25, evening 8:45, 8:55. Location sharing on by default, no secret blackout zones. Budget dashboard, shared transactions flow live, labels assigned, no miscellaneous slush. If it requires a signature, it requires 2 taps. Write it down. Replace, trust me, I'm clean, with, here is the window, here is the dashboard, here is my location ping, here's the week's receipt folder. Faith without works is dead. Show me faith with works. Add a weekly trust thermometer. Both of you rate felt safety 110, not as a verdict, but as a vital sign. The offender does not argue the number. You discuss movements, not motives. Last week was a 6, this week is a 7. Then ask one question: which observable behavior moved it? If the number fell, identify the behavior that pushed it down: a late reply, a vague expense, a shadowed tone, and design one small corrective act for the next 7 days. Daniel and Janelle posted theirs on Sunday nights. She went from 5 to 6 because he sent unprompted leaving now messages and logged 2 purchases before she asked. Fruit moved the needle. With the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Measure safety, then add weight to the scale. Now, timing, write this down. The offended partner and the authority control the clock, not the offender. You are disqualified from setting deadlines after you break the account. Stop using the term, trust me by Friday. No, submit your calendar. Submit your mouth. Submit your access. Peter was restored, but not by a press release. Jesus questioned him 3 times and then tested him with responsibility over time. Forgiveness can be instant. Restoration is supervised timing. Allow the authority to announce phases, limited access, monitored access, gradual access. Do not negotiate intimacy. Demonstrate integrity. Test over time equals trust. Design triad tests that touch appetites, fame, and power. Appetite, 30 days of 10 p.m. Phone docked in the kitchen, content filter verified by authority, weekly fast from the trigger, sugar scrolling or both, gym check-ins shared with timestamps. Fame, social media detox on evenings, spouse visible on all DMs, follower audits, no flirt bait captions, screen time reports sent Sunday. Power budget committee of 2 plus authority, dual approval thresholds, monthly statement review, travel itineraries pre-approved, and FaceTime check-ins from public spaces. Each test has a start date, daily proof, and a weekly review. If it can't be verified, it doesn't count. Write this down and obey. Stop speaking promises, start submitting patterns. Photograph this sentence in your soul. Results over reassurances, fruit over feelings, time over talk. Protect the account. When the numbers rise slowly and steadily, desire will return on its own. Until then, measure, test, submit, repeat. If you broke it, here is the protocol. Write this down. You cannot bring yourself back. The authority has to bring you back. Read this one for me. Go. Failure is not final, but mishandling failure is fatal. Peter fell and was forgiven, but Jesus restored him under questions and commissions over time, not a press release. Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may lift you up in due time. Due time is not your time. You are disqualified from leading the timeline or the narrative. First, identify true and reliable authority. Names, not vibes. A counselor who fears God. A mentor couple with years of fruit, not fans of your personality. A pastor who is not impressed with your gifts. Write the names down now. Or Choose those who value law, who live by values that produce morals and inform conscience. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. If they cannot wound you with truth, they cannot heal you with wisdom. Submit those names to your spouse and agree, then make the call. Not tomorrow, today. Second, completely submit without condition. Stop using the term trust me, run for cover, shut your mouth, no PR tour, no social post, crafting your own redemption arc. Allow the authority to represent you to the greater family and community. Let another praise you and not your own mouth. If relatives ask, the authority answers. If friends demand details, the authority decides what is said, when, and by whom. You are disqualified from managing optics. You forfeited that when you emptied the account. Third, step down from privileges. Passwords open, devices searchable, location sharing on, curfews honored, budgets co-signed. No solo trips, no private lunches, no unsupervised after-hours counsel. Serve quietly while you are evaluated. Stack chairs, wash dishes, carry weight in the home you wounded. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Your reverence is measured now by your submission to structure. This is not punishment, it is protection of your spouse, your soul, and the account. Fourth, embrace phases set by authority. Phase 1, stabilization, bleeding stopped, visibility installed, silence kept. Phase 2, supervised function, limited access with observable boundaries, weekly check-ins, monthly review with authority and spouse. Phase 3, gradual restoration privileges tested, responsibilities increased only after consistent fruit. By their fruits you will know them. Test over time equals trust. Forgiveness can be immediate. Restoration is a supervised process. Daniel and Janelle lived this. Their mentor couple took the wheel. Daniel stepped down from leading the small group, placed his phone on the kitchen dock at 9:30, surrendered all passwords, and agreed to a 2-signature budget. He served nursery every other week and showed up early to set chairs without a microphone in sight. The mentor spoke to the extended family. They're submitted. Here are the boundaries. Give them space. No debates, no deadlines. Over months, the Sunday trust thermometer rose. 4 to 5, then 6. When he slipped, he self-reported the same day and accepted a reset without bargaining. After steady fruit, the authority, not Daniel, announced the next phase. Peace slowly returned. Write this down and obey. The offended spouse and the authority control the clock. You don't negotiate intimacy, you demonstrate integrity. If you are in breach today, send one message. We submit to your authority starting now. Please set the first meeting. Replace trust me with yes sir, yes ma'am, and receipts. Restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness, the scripture says, and gentleness has a backbone, law, boundaries, time. Protect the account. You can come back after a fall, but only through authority, submission, and time. Write this down. Couples who protect the account daily rarely face bankruptcy. Read this one for me. Go. Prevention is cheaper than restoration. We will not drift, we will design. So here is your weekly trust meeting. Name it, schedule it. Sunday evening, 7:30 p.m. Same chair, same app, same calm. Agenda in 3 parts. 1, audit withdrawals. What leaked safety this week? Not motives, behaviors. 2, celebrate deposits, truth told early, promises kept, boundaries visible. 3, reset boundaries, clarify the fence for the next 7 days, photograph your agreements. If it's not written, it is not binding. If it's not posted, it is not protected. Write the vision and make it plain. Plain means your future self can't argue with it. Stop using the term trust me, replace it with here is a screenshot of what we decided. In that meeting, begin with prayer and a values reading. Law, values, morals, conscience on repeat. Read this one for me. Go. Law clarifies our values. Values create our morals. Morals inform our conscience. Conscience safeguards our culture. Open the book and let it speak. Unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Then read your house law aloud, budget caps, class and group meetings, tech windows, on a liturgy. Law shouts so guilt cannot whisper. Review the shared ledger, 20 minutes, no shame tones, just numbers and names. Then schedule your standing date. Romance is a rhythm, not a rescue. Finally, 2-minute honor liturgy, one strength, one gratitude, one prayer. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Serving shows up on the calendar. Now your crisis playbook, write this down. In crisis, we follow law, not adrenaline. If tempted, text the authority immediately, 3 words. I am exposed. Share your location, move to public space, call your spouse on speaker, and wait, run for cover. Do not negotiate with your appetite. Outsource your will to the law and to those who fear God. If conflict escalates at home, shut your mouth. Say, I need 5 minutes. Step to neutral space, breathe, and schedule a mediated talk within 24 hours with your agreed authority. A soft answer turns away wrath. If there is a breach, confession before, discovery facts, silence submission, the authority decides the timeline. You are disqualified from statements while emotions are hot. We pause words, we protect the account. Maintenance is kingdom seed, time harvest. Daily tech doc, weekly ledger, fortnight check with mentors, monthly boundary review, test over time equals trust. By their fruits, you will know them. Fruit is scheduled. Fruit is counted. Fruit survives storms because roots are deep. Now receive this commissioning. You are treasurers of trust. Trust is the currency of leadership, and covenant is your nation. Guard the treasury in public and in private. Post your laws. Keep your rituals. Use your playbook. When storms come, and they will, your house will stand because you built on rock, not vibes. Lift your hands, Father. Seal this culture. Make their home a bank of safety and a garden of joy. Read this last one for me. Go. Protect the account. Clap. Because hope has a plan. Now go and do.